Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Refresh your browsers, y'all, because today is Monday, January 30th, 2012. And you're listening to Room 3026 Live. Episode 454. A 60-minute conversation ranging from technology to pop culture.
And all points in between.
And I'm your host, Damon Nolan. We are broadcasting live right here in Durham, North Carolina. It is lunch hour in the Onyx Tower.
Indeed.
Today, my co-hosts are Mr. Derek Brinson.
The world's funkiest man. Stay
And-
funky, my friend.
And Mr. Michael Render.
I doozy.
As always, we encourage listener participation. That means that you can join our conversation. You can do it two ways. You can talk with us right now on the telephone at 646-929-2689. At 646-929-2689. Or you can chat with us right here in the chat window. Just go to blogtalkradio.com/Damon Nolan. It's just that simple. Want to give a special thanks to Mr. Darren Tyler for providing our theme song. It's titled Without You. Which reminds me that without you, we would not be where we are today. So thank you for all that you do. Really do appreciate that. Let me turn to the chat room and say hi to those who are walking in the chat room right now.
Here I come.
Of course, I want to say what's up to Alan Tran, the man.
Well, bam.
What's going on, man? Also want to say hi to all those who are listening live and in archive. Thank you for joining us. Now, of course, as we get into this, I can tell you that my clock is all over the place. The server,
My biological
the
clock
chat
is all
room
over.
is all over the place. I don't know what's going on today.
It's Monday.
It's like 5 different versions of myself in the chat room. It's ridiculous.
Oh, you never seen that before?
It's like it just keeps like reloading.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Well, I'm getting
It's done that for me before.
I'm not connecting.
It's like how many different versions of me do you really need?
6 of them.
Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, we're gonna have a great show today, y'all. We're
every day.
gonna talk a little bit about some things that happened over the weekend. There are a number of new blog posts coming from you guys and from us guys. We are gonna talk a little bit about what Obama's doing tonight on the Hangout. Also, there's some new information coming from Microsoft and their Kinect, which I thought was interesting. Also, I'd like to talk a little bit about a new study that talks about how blogging is declining. What's that all about?
Yeah, I saw that.
The question is blogging dead? I don't know. Is it dead? We'll definitely talk about that on today's episode. That and much, much more, of course. So excuse me while my chat room is just going berserk right now. I can't even see who's in there. It won't let me log in. Maybe you guys will have a better chance. Like, yeah, there you go. There's like 4 versions of me in there. I do want to say hi to Damon and also Damon and Eileen Smith, who's there. We also have DB Funky walking in, and Tim Arthur is also there. Yeah, see, you see it too.
I do.
I don't know why there's so many versions of me in there.
Maybe I would just. Well, I guess you can't do that.
Yeah, I don't know how that
You
happens.
can't just get out and get back in.
Happy birthday, Miss Eileen.
What? Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
I would sing
24
the happy
years
birthday
young.
song to you, but that is copyrighted
Happy
material,
birthday.
and so
So even if you mix it up, like you do the
Like you do your own version, like right on the spot. Then it won't be
happy
copyright.
birthday, happy birthday.
Give me your gifts.
to you.
Eileen,
Share your gifts.
Miss Eileen.
Yes.
Give me your cake.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
If you want some birthday cake.
You
let me
know,
see your
whenever you talk
birthday
about
shake.
cake, it reminds me of the Portal.
Huh?
The cake. Give me the cake. See, there you go. There's another version of me out there. I have 4 versions of me. I guess it's going to be great for my analytics.
It's done this before.
Going to be great for my analytics right now.
I love cake.
Yeah. But every single time you guys talk about cake, it reminds me of Portal.
What happens?
Because in Portal, like you'll see like little cakes everywhere. Come get you some cake.
I never played.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude,
Man, I don't
Portal's
have
a great game.
I don't have nothing to play.
Hey, the two of me. Oh,
Yeah.
the what? Yep.
Like, how many versions of DB Funky do we need?
Uh,
One is enough.
One is more than enough.
Let me see your birthday cake.
Cake.
I mean, if you want this birthday cake, let me see your birthday shake.
Shake. Shake.
You will see none of my cakes.
Yeah, I appreciate that, by the way.
Well,
Man, one of my
start
friends,
acting up and
you know how the restaurants do the little birthday songs?
Yeah.
Like, they went to a restaurant, and that's what the staff said.
They said,
they said, if
You want your birthday
if
cake?
you want this
Let me
birthday
see your
cake.
birthday shake.
Yeah, and then you
Shake.
gotta get up and dance
And
to
jiggle.
get your cake.
And jiggle.
Yeah.
And shake. Shake.
Yeah.
And jiggle. And wiggle. Do you drink before you do that?
No, that's just what the restaurant does.
Do people actually get up?
Yeah, you have to dance. You have to dance to get the cake.
See, that's wrong.
yes, there's
That's
something terribly wrong with
embarrassing.
that.
Hey, man.
Hey,
I
you want
refreshed
some of this
and
cake?
Don't be
I
calling
refreshed and my extra one's gone, and so is the extra one of you.
I did that, but here's the problem.
Don't be calling out your birthday if you don't want to dance.
See, people be doing that without
I know,
regardless
just
of
to
whether or not you want that done or not. That's kind of wrong.
just to get a free cake.
I need a free cake. Anyway, we're just welcome to Monday, y'all. You know, I don't welcome to Monday. Let's just start there. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. I'm going to actually talk to you guys and find out what you did this weekend.
No, it's weird.
Oh yeah?
Huh?
What happened?
What's weird? What did you do this weekend, Mike?
What did I do?
Yeah. What happened this weekend?
The Smithfield Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi
Okay.
had their informational meeting.
Sweet.
That went very well.
It went good?
Yeah.
Cool.
Had four interested individuals come out.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we asked questions, they asked questions, and then we went out to eat afterwards to celebrate January birthdays.
Oh,
which
sweet.
I think you fell in.
Oh, I
so,
was there too? Yeah. Yeah.
I see.
It was good.
Yeah. And then the Pro Bowl came on. Carolina won. It was great. It was great.
Oh, so you watched the game?
No, I couldn't watch it because it was
Oh.
on ESPNU. And, you know, I don't have the cable that probably everybody else has, but I saw the highlights. So,
Okay. Well,
So February 8th, Duke versus Carolina.
It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, February 8th. See what happens.
February
Since
9th.
it appears you're calling back into a
I
live
believe
show,
that's going to be
we
a
are
day that you
reconnecting
might want
now.
to tune into the show to hear somebody talking some junk.
Yeah, February 9th is going to be could be a sunny day or a rainy day.
It's going to be a day for the talking of the junk.
It's going down.
That would be a February 9th. It's going to be, that's going to be on a Thursday.
Yeah. ESPN. Probably either 7 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. In the Dean Dome in Chapel Hill. Where it's going to be 5 versus 5, not 8 versus 5. Actually, in Cameron, it's like 10 because you got the crazies. And
Well-
then Coach K. So, yeah, it's 5 versus 10 when you play in Cameron. Which, by the way, might be one of my slides as the formula of how Duke wins basketball games.
Huh.
Yeah. So
I like that.
I'm still debating if I'm going to do it.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what it is this weekend.
cool.
Yeah.
Derek Brinson, I know you had a show going in on Saturday evening. Tell us about what your weekend looked like.
It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. We played Saturday. Usually the venue we play seems to be an early place. It seems to be the first place people stop off. It gets a lot of foot traffic, and then people come in early, get their first couple of drinks on, and then kind of make the tour around the rest of the block with all the other bars and restaurants and things. We had a bit more retention than usual. They stuck and stayed, or either that or we had a whole lot more foot traffic of people coming in by the time we were supposed to stop playing. Usually it's rather thinned out house, but that was not the case this Saturday, so I was really, really extra tired on Sunday.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Well, anyway, let's move on to our next segment. Let's take some pictures.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Let's see here. Everything is going. Let me just say this: everything is going haywire on this side. I thankfully we have another machine here, because I can at least see what, if at all, discussions that are going on. But
yeah, the Blog Talk Radio chat room seems to be acting a little funny. But,
and also on this side, I just want to point out. So if anything goes wrong, it's not me and it's not the operating system right
it most
now.
certainly is the operating system, no matter what happens.
No, it's not. But anyway, if it does go down, just know that we will be back as soon as I can get it back up. Right now, it logged me out for a second, and I had to log back in. So we're gonna just play it by ear and keep it going. See, like right there, it says that I'm not connected. But
Yes.
thankfully, we are still recording.
Yes.
So even if you cannot get this live, we will have everything connected after the show. Definitely. So anyway, let me try redoing this. I'm not ending the show.
What are you doing?
I'm not doing it. Well, on my end, it just keeps disconnecting.
Thank you, Alan Tran, DB Funky, Harvey
Since
Connects,
it
and
appears you're
Eileen.
calling back into a live
So the
show,
show
we are
just
reconnecting
ended.
you now.
Oh.
Yeah, see? It just keeps kicking us out. So anyway, you guys probably are hearing sort of pieces of this, and I don't know what it is. It appears that for whatever reason, Blog Talk Radio is having a problem. Let's just leave it at that. They are having a problem, which means the chat room's not working well, and even the actual switchboard is not working well. It keeps kicking me out. But I will say this, that regardless of what happens,
We are awesome.
we are still recording. So if there are any major issues at all with this show, we will continue to record, and you can always go over to youtube.com/Damon Nolan and get the replay. So we're gonna do our best to keep this ball rolling with the poses. Oh, I'm sorry,
Yes.
that's the wrong one. But we're gonna keep this ball rolling. So I apologize in advance for any issues that we experience. Like right there, Derek. See how I just kicked you out? Okay. Well, anyway, let's go take some pictures. We can do that. And that sounds a little something like this. This sound is what it sounds like when we do Daily Booth.
What did it look like? What are you wearing?
Daily Booth is where we go to take pictures. It's a free website, actually. You can go there right now. It's www.dailybooth.com. You can pull out your webcam, you can pull out your cell phone, or you can just upload a picture. Whatever is easiest for you. And once you do, share the URL with us right here in the chat room. And then we will talk about you.
We're going to talk about you anyway, but yeah.
At least we can talk about you to your face. Kinda.
More or less.
All right. Let me go over here and see that Tim Arthur has posted a picture in a very well-lit room.
Uncharacteristically well lit.
Very well-lit room. Yeah, I can actually see his face and everything. I can see what he's wearing. I can see his... he kind of looks like George Clooney in a way. There is a kind of a George Clooney thing going on there.
Clooney going.
Wait.
There is kind of a Clooney thing going on there.
What? What's the question?
Mr. Ender.
Also, Eileen Smith posts a picture and says, "It's my birthday. It's my birthday. Getting ready for my birthday.
You don't really have to do all that much to get ready for one's birthday.
Birthday.
Partying.
Yeah, partying. Yeah, it's my birthday." Well, there you go. Thank you for sharing that picture.
Birthday partying, yeah.
Partying, yeah. And Neil posts a picture. He says, "We just finished a big plate full of sliced chicken livers. Looks like he has a picture of one of his hawks. Don't get me started on the kind exactly, but I know it is a bird. That's pretty much what I can tell you.
Pretty cool.
Big.
Yeah, I would hate to mess with one of those though.
I would not.
They look like the beak might hurt.
Seems like I wouldn't want to cross the bird now.
Yeah. I mean, you think that humans are probably worse. Like you think I would be afraid more of people than I would of birds. But when you're staring a bird in his face,
Birds.
they can be dangerous because they're unpredictable. They do really weird things. Anyway, thanks for sharing that, sir. Also, Mike Render decided to take a picture of himself.
That's not him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is. That's just what I look like.
It's Mike Render from behind. He just happens to be wearing King James's jersey.
Yeah, they ran out of the Render ones.
And he says, yeah, can Kobe do this? And clearly there's a picture of King James jumping about 7 feet in the air.
A little bit more than that.
It's actually probably about 4 feet, really. His feet are probably about 4 feet off the ground.
Really?
I would probably give that 4 feet. Maybe even 3 feet off the ground.
Well, his hand is...
But his hand is well over the...
Yeah, like 12
his hand
feet,
is well over
feet
the basket, yes.
Oh, yeah, that happened yesterday, too.
By the way.
Weekend, they won.
Yeah, I saw the game. I heard the game was... What happened?
It was riveting.
What happened
it was so
to
much
Chicago Bulls?
It was so much action, you couldn't even keep up.
What happened?
There was no boring moments
to the Chicago Bulls? Can somebody tell me what happened to them?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan left them?
No.
The coach went to Los Angeles?
I can't think of his name right now.
The coach left them? You mean that one?
No. What's the guy who used to play for Memphis? He was the rookie of the year last year or 2 years ago. Well, anyway, he missed his first 2 free throws the whole game, and they was the one that he needed to tie. Yeah,
sad. Just sad.
His name is Derrick Rose. That's who it is.
Yes.
Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
Okay. My mic sounds nice. All right. Well,
he's the next best Chicago player.
The next
after
best.
Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah. He's probably number 2 all franchise.
Okay.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
Little early to tell.
He's the youngest MVP.
Little early to tell.
Rookie of the year.
Yes.
And he's I don't know if he averaged more points yet, but he's number 2.
Little early to tell.
Oh gosh. Who better? Who on Chicago that's better?
There's this cat, I don't know, by the name of Scottie Pippen. He had a pretty good game, as I recall. I don't know. I'm old and my memory's fading.
Nah,
so
you're right. You're right. Okay, so he might be number 3. Derrick Rose.
I'm just saying.
Pippen. Forgot about Pippen. Sorry.
Don't forget about the pimping. All right. At 19 minutes in, let's take a look at what you guys are writing.
Yay.
We call this Blog Roll.
Rolling up your posters, y'all.
All right. Blog Roll is when we take a look at what you guys are writing.
Keep your posters
What
rolling.
you're putting out there into the
Blog
Since
Roll.
it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
into the blogosphere.
To the Blogiverse.
All right. Yes. So if we are not yet reading one of your blogs, by all means, let us know, and we'll add it to our list of blogs to read. Yeah, everything's going crazy over here, y'all. I see in the chat room, they're like, dude, you're come back. You're gone. You're here again. You're gone again. You're here again.
Come back.
Yeah, I apologize because there it goes again. I might just end up saying, look, let's just scrap the Blog Talk Radio for a minute and just go straight with the rest of the show. But it's horrible. It is horrible. So I apologize, y'all. I wish there was something more I could do.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
I tell you what, and this is horrible.
Wait, no one's going to hear you yet.
Yeah, well, hopefully they can now. So it finally came back in. But, yeah, so anyway, I apologize, y'all. It's going in and out, and it's making me really frustrated. I think what I'm going to probably end up doing, if you guys are okay with this, is I'm just going to end up canceling the rest of this show and just record it.
What?
Just record it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
we're canceling the show. Man, we can start.
We can just keep it rolling.
We're canceling
and,
the show.
Yeah, we can record here.
Yeah, I mean, we're still recording, but
Yeah.
we can just keep rolling the show. We ain't losing nothing. Trying
Reconnecting you now.
to stay on the.
Yeah,
stay
but
on the
Blog
joint.
Talk Radio is not working, and it just went back down again. So I think that if it goes down again, I'm gonna go ahead and just continue recording it.
Yeah, we can just keep recording it.
We'll just keep recording it. So we'll just let them know.
So this is the last show.
So if it goes back down, no, Mike, don't say that out loud.
Oh, I'm trying to start a hype rumor.
We're gonna probably go ahead and just leave it. We're gonna just let it go. I'll go and talk with Blog Talk Radio after our show. But we're going to record the rest of the show so we don't lose our momentum.
Right.
And if it doesn't work, we'll see you guys live tomorrow. But the replay will be up later on this afternoon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if y'all haven't heard it, Damon just kicked some bad news.
No. Don't say that.
I got some news.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it now because it.
All right. Yeah.
Well, I don't understand why you're ending it. We're not losing anything by leaving it on while we're recording.
No. Listen, I'm talking about Blog Talk Radio.
That's what I'm saying. Why?
Because it doesn't record. On my end, what happens is it turns off, and so it keeps having to log back in. So if I don't hit re-log back in, it just ends, which is what happened.
Yeah, so
we're going to continue to record the show. So this is what life would be like if we weren't doing it live, which is going to be really odd. So to DB Funky and Eileen Smith and Harvey Connects and Neil and
the last
Tim, Mike, don't say that. Let me say sorry and I apologize, but we're going to keep this party moving, and I'll be certain to let you guys get the replay in the chat room.
It's our last day.
So, Mike, stop.
Oh.
Stop saying that.
Doing
Watch
that.
how many people listen to the replay now.
Okay, so here we go. So Blog Roll, this is where we take a look at what you guys are writing, what you're putting out there into the blogosphere. There are a number of ones. As a matter of fact, this weekend, a lot of them are from me, so I apologize that it sounds like I'm being egotistical because I'm putting all my blogs out
blog
there.
Roll, man. You can't do that.
There are probably a good 7 of them.
Bogart the Blog Roll.
I know. I don't know. I had this really inspired moment. I just kept writing. Just kept going and going and going and going.
Post pass, man.
Post pass.
So,
hug it all.
So anyway, the first one here is it's really just a quick update on the chapter 2 of the dissertation. After my meeting with Dr. Osler, you guys remember downstairs, we had a really good conversation. We left with a plan of action, and that is to really finish chapter 2, which has really been my hard spot. Number 1 wasn't bad at all. Chapter 2 is really where I got stuck because I've been doing so much extra work trying to research, and then have this really, really well thought out chapter 2. Well, after he kind of had some time to talk and discuss some things, we realized that I did a lot more work than I had to do, and I just had to simplify it and just sort of here's the constraints, here's the limits of where you should go. And so this week, I'm going to be focused entirely on finishing chapter 2, which will be just so nice to finally get through this. So my hope is at least that I'll be able to finish this week. I have a game plan in place, and you can see that on the blog. Just go over to DamonNolan.com. Also, this past weekend, I saw a show called Touch, which is on Fox.
Yes, I've seen a couple of spots for that guy.
It is a great show. As a matter of fact, I think I used the word fabulous and amazing.
Well.
Or was it wonderful? I just used a couple of those big words to sort of describe how great the show is. Really quickly, if you haven't seen it, it does include Kiefer Sutherland. You may know him from 24, right? Jack Bauer.
Back in the day, he was in the Brat Pack as well.
If you may remember, he really did a great thing on Fox, and I think this has the potential of doing sort of changing television again. I say changing television because there's a lot of mediocre shows out there right now, and I think this one here has the potential to get us excited about television again, especially I think on Monday nights, which is where they're gonna start the show. Anyway, real quickly, it's about a little boy who doesn't talk, and all he does is write numbers in a notebook. And his dad, who is played by Kiefer Sutherland, he is kind of frustrated because his son just starts disappearing and going to random places. Well, just as his father is about to lose him in custody, the story just begins to unfold, and it is an amazing story. If you ever seen the movie Crash, you seen that? Yes. You see how you have like all these different stories, and then at some point in the story, it all kind of comes together. That's what happens in this one. It's an amazing story. So check it out. You can see right now, if you go to Fox.com, you can go and actually watch the pilot. But the show doesn't come out until March. I think March 19th.
Oh.
So you're having, a month and a half or more before you even see the next episode.
That's interesting promo in and of itself.
Yeah, I wonder why they did that, but it's a great show. Go check it out. Contagion. the movie that I bought on YouTube, the thing that I said I would never do, I did.
You paid?
I paid $4 for it, as a matter of fact.
For USD? $4?
I couldn't wait anymore.
For American dollars?
I couldn't wait anymore.
You paid for the feature that you wanted.
I ended up paying. I was weighing it out because I thought, hey, I go to the movies this weekend. I'll go check up on Contraband, see a little Marky Mark. Then there was another movie called
You hate
Gray.
it when you do that.
What?
You
Marky
hate it
Mark?
when you call it Marky
Mark.
Yeah.
Well, that was his name, right? Mark Wahlberg, Marky Mark.
It's like Hootie. He hates it when you call him that now.
That was his name, Hootie and the Blowfish.
Well,
what's his real name anyway?
Darius Rucker.
Darius Rucker. Okay. Well, because he's doing country now, right?
Well, now he's all grown up, and sure.
Hootie. No, I'm Darius.
Do not call me Hootie anymore. That was never my name.
Yeah, that won't happen. No, that won't happen.
What is his name? His name is Epic. Now that's funny.
It won't happen. Contagion is a movie I saw. So I have a movie review of Contagion. It's a movie where you probably want to go check this out. It's not on Redbox yet. It's only on like YouTube and places like that. Also, as Mike said, we had the informational meeting. I wrote a quick blog post about that. You can see a few pictures that were taken. Also, I wrote one from live blogging from the C3 Church this weekend. The message is called Expansion and Contraction. I thought that was pretty good. And Miss Eileen Smith, this one's not mine. This one is actually written by one of her guest posters from her blog, basicblogtips.com. That's basicblogtips.com, written by Jane. The title of the article is An Overview of Guest Blogging. We know that Miss Eileen does a great job of allowing folks to write on her blog, and this one kind of goes into the benefits of guest blogging and kind of how to do it and how to do it well. So go over there to basicblogtips.com, basicblogtips.com to check out the latest one called An Overview of Guest Blogging. And then finally, my last ones. I tell you, I wrote a lot this weekend.
Clearly.
Wrote one that kind of describes some of the changes that you and I and Mike and Derek and Darren are all making here in the office. It's titled Changing How We Addressed Web Projects and Help Desk Tickets. I think I just had to get it out of my brain and put it on paper somehow to kind of describe a new process for how we're handling some of these new projects. So that is the blog roll for today. And I don't think you'll see that many from me tomorrow. So enjoy. All right. Let's see here at 29 minutes in. I know. 29 minutes in, y'all. Let me do a quick announcement, and then we'll move into FeedWatch. Don't forget, on February 16th, that's a little more than 2 weeks away from now. February 16th, that's a Thursday, Ignite Raleigh 3 comes to the Lincoln Theater in downtown Raleigh. Derek and Mike, I'm waiting to see your topic.
Yes, I'm still.
What topic?
You already have a topic. I'm still trying to think of one.
Go ahead and put it in. You can go there right now to igniteraleigh.com. Go over there and put your topic in and start promoting so that you can get some more votes. Also, the offer still stands. We have on beginning February 1st, I'm going to allow one person each day to get on the air and spend just a few moments explaining about their topic and what they plan to do with it, and trying to rally up some more votes so that you can make it in. So if you're interested in sharing your topic and getting some more votes, if we can help you, by all means, let me know. You can DM me or you can send me an email at damonnolan@gmail.com. Okay. All right, y'all. FeedWatch. Let's jump right on in.
FeedWatch.
FeedWatch. This is where we constantly comb the blogs so that you don't have to. We give you the news that you can use because that's what we do. So you best not snooze. You will not lose. Unless, of course, Derek, you just enjoy singing the blues.
No one likes that. No one likes that.
A boo-hoo. I want you guys to know that tonight, Obama is going to be hanging out on Google Plus, doing a hangout. As a matter of fact, this comes from Mashable, but it looks like he is going to get out there and answer your questions, Mike, right there live. You can, if you submitted your question before and were selected to be on sort of the Google Hangout with the president, you can join him tonight. That will be 5:30 p.m. We'll still be in the office. 5:30 p.m. to 6:15 p.m. That's only 45 minutes Eastern Standard Time.
I love the idea of that, though. It really, I mean, making my elected officials more directly accessible to me. I think that's just good for democracy.
Right. Absolutely.
Just as general principle, you know.
Well, I do understand that some of the other candidates, GOP candidates, have already done this. I think Newt Gingrich was one, and what was the other gentleman's name? Mitt Romney was the other, I think, that did it. That got up here on Google Plus and actually did this for their people. But according to this story, it looks like 225,000 people submitted questions or voted on those questions. And 6 of those participants will be invited to join the conversation with Obama. Now, of course, you can no longer submit those questions. That the time has passed. The deadline is beyond. But you can join tonight and listen to his responses. Now, this is a well-played sort of placement, if you will, because last week we saw his State of the Union address. And a number of issues were put out there. I think he started going on the road, I believe, Wednesday
right
of that week.
Right after that, kind of to hammer his
message
agenda home.
Yeah. So we're going to continue, I'm sure, that tonight. Again, that's 5:30 p.m. To 6:15 p.m. All you got to do is go to the White House's Google Plus page. You can put that into the search, the Google Plus page, and you can see the Hangout. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works, because I know that you and I, unfortunately, do not have access to the Google Hangout where you can just do a live, viewing. I know that's a feature that is available, just like I know that you can go to YouTube and you can actually do a live show on YouTube.
But YouTube has to give you that give you that kind of love.
Exactly, and that would be the same case here. Now, not everybody can do a live hangout for more than 10 people. So the way this is supposed to work is I recognize they're going to be able to say, hey, 10 people can be in the room. You can see 10 people with you. But outside of those 10 people, folks can only watch. It's going to be a one-way for those people outside of the 10. So I thought that's kind of cool. Yeah. It's going to be a good move.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Let's see. Kinect comes to laptops. What? I think, Mike, you alluded to this last week as something that would potentially be happening soon. Well, it looks like we now have some more information about who and what will be receiving those. As a matter of fact, this comes from CNN.com. The ability to control your Windows desktop, not your Mac OS. Well, it looks like the Kinect, which is a Microsoft product, will be being leaked or peeked at. There are 2 Windows 8 notebooks that have the Kinect sensor built right on into the laptop. So very much like I'm looking at my laptop now, and I can see that there's a camera there. Well, imagine that camera is the camera that we normally use with the Kinect. So you'll be able to do things like voice command from your laptop. You'll also be able to use gestures, like waving your hand like this. It does remind me of a movie, though, Mike. I don't know if you know that movie.
No.
There was a movie that we saw once.
There was a movie.
I don't think I was exposed to any type of media.
What was that movie?
That would demonstrate what you're saying.
Do you recall what it kind of sounded like?
No, I don't know.
No,
I don't think I can take a guess either.
Oh man, it
but I would love to hear,
like Minority Report.
Really?
Something like that.
Rings a bell?
Somewhere along those lines. Okay. But you will be able to use your hand in front of your laptop and direct and control your machine. It looks like the Asus netbooks will be the first ones to get this. And also there will be a 3D gesture control on every laptop. So you'll be able to do things like gaming as potential as one option, or just use it for regular business utility uses by using voice commands and gestures. One of the things that I did notice, and I don't know if you guys have this, I have, and I'm gonna have to probably pull this out and do a video or something, but I have a new, for me it's new. And see, I haven't been a really big fan of Bluetooth devices. One, because you got to keep them powered, and then it's just another thing to keep recharged. But I did buy, before I took my trip to the mountains, I bought a Bluetooth earpiece for my phone.
Yes.
And the Bluetooth earpiece that I have, it actually allows you to have two devices connected to it. And not only can I listen to, like conversations via the telephone, I can now even listen to media. So I can listen to music, I can listen to podcasts. I can interact with the phone.
I'm feeling your joy. I understand.
So one of the things that I think is kind of cool, though, is that we're talking about the Kinect and the laptop. Right now, my phone will automatically connect to my laptop and to my phone, and I can control either of the two.
That's cool.
Through my voice.
That's cool.
Imagine if I could do that with the Kinect device on my laptop, that I could say, Kinect, log me into X, Y, and Z website or whatever.
Open up Outlook,
right?
Yeah.
And again, I'm doing it from my earpiece, so I'm not having to yell it, which is the issue I have with my Kinect on my my Xbox at home, is you got to practically yell it across the room in order to get the Kinect's attention.
Stop ishi movie.
Yeah, it doesn't work, and so it's just kind of it's kind of bad. But think about the implications of this. I could be doing a presentation, right, and I can say next. Or I can just wave my hand and the presentation would move. I don't have to. Today we had a presentation, and you had to practically have somebody at the computer to move the slides through the presentation.
Or you could just use your hands and not have to say probably the commands.
Exactly. Or you could,
there's always the wireless.
Or there's the little clicker.
Yeah, sure.
You could always do that. But this would kind of be
clicker
in one. Just you could control it through your voice and through a gesture.
That would be hot.
Yeah. I think there's some really good implications. The other thing I noticed too is now that I have this this Bluetooth earpiece, I'm using the Google voice commands more often than I had before.
I get that.
Yeah.
Siri.
It's coming in handy. Like, hey, doing searches, opening up applications, doing text messages. I haven't been able to get it to work with my email just yet. But
it works better with Gmail than it does with Outlook if you've got your Outlook being fed to your phone.
I do have the two-step password verification thing.
I don't, and that might.
So that's a problem. I can't seem to get into it. So, but I just want to let you know that Kinect is going to be coming to laptops nearest you. It could open the doors though. It could open the door for some really interesting things.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot.
Now, Derek, this one was actually for you. I know how you like numbers, and I know how you like studies.
Yes, you can call me a analytics number nerd. Sure.
And since we are talking about mobile phones for just a few moments longer, there's a study that was done by the Pew Research Center, Internet and American Life Project. They just released a new study today that provides further evidence of a growing trend of consumers. This comes from TechCrunch, by the way, using mobile phones in stores for purchasing decisions. According to the report, there are some numbers. There are 38% of cell phone owners, that would be folks who are in this very room, use their phone to call a friend while they were in a store for advice about a purchase they were considering making.
Really?
And 24% of cell owners use their phone to look up reviews of a product online while they were in a store
with the barcode scanner. Google's pretty sharp with that stuff. The barcode scanner will go to other prices in other places of the store and link to user reviews. I use it all the time.
I find myself doing the same thing recently with and I bought this flat screen television set. I did exactly that. I went into Walmart and what I wanted to do, I wanted to look at all the televisions they had, and they had a really decent. I was looking at two things first. I was looking at price, because that would limit what size I could get, and then B, I was looking at what it actually looked like and what are the features that it had, right? So as I walked into Walmart, I went from the really expensive side. You're talking about 60, 80, 90,000 inches long, and you're like, oh man, that'd be great. That would be a great screen to have in my room. But then you realize, you look down at the price tag and it says like, $1,000, $1,200.
It says something along the lines of, well, not so great.
Yeah, we got to keep moving. So as you move from the left-hand side of the Walmart store to the right-hand side, the sizes of the screen begins to go down, and so too does the price. So I found a happy medium between the size and the price, and it kind of rested around a 32-inch screen, which was around the $200, $225 range, which I think was okay. I was willing to pay that amount. Thankfully, I didn't have to pay all of it because somebody was willing to pay a majority of that cost for a gift. But anyway, I pulled out my phone as I was looking at the number. Nice. Of the screens. They had I think like Panasonic or Samsung. They had a number of different models and makes, and I really wanted to know, as I looked at all of them, I wanted to know, well, what are the advantages and disadvantages of this TV screen against this TV screen? Because you look at it, they look pretty much the same. The colors looked vibrant, right? The size was kind of the same. So what I ended up doing was going online, pulling out my laptop, pulling out my phone, going online, doing a search for reviews to see what the reviews thought, what the reviewers thought, what the customers thought, and then looking at price comparison between all of them. And not only price comparisons of what was in Walmart, but price comparisons across other stores. So does Best Buy have this television or something comparable to it, and how well does it fare? I did the same thing when I bought my last camera. The camera I use, and also the little handheld video camera, I did the same thing there. I went into the store to see what it looked like, what it felt like, put it in my hand and touch it and feel it, and then I started doing a bunch of reviews. Well, how good does this thing work? What do people think about it? What are the pros and cons? What's the star ratings? What's the cost? And finally, I made a decision on that. And I think I do that more often now.
So clearly, more and more people are.
Absolutely. So I'm definitely one of those people that does it. But 25% of adult cell phone users use their phones to look up the price of a product online while they were in a store and to see if they could get a better price someplace else, which is just what I did. So clearly, this is I'm not the only one. And I think you did bring up an interesting point, though. You said that they had that little scan, I love the
scanner
thing,
the Google barcode scanner. I will scan a barcode in the store of something that I'm thinking about buying, find a better price close by, and or see user reviews of that very product.
But not all stores have that, though. Like Walmart doesn't have it. I think Best Buy has it.
Has a barcode scanner?
I'm talking about they actually had that little QR code that sits right next to it.
I'm talking about just a straight up barcode. If the product that I want, if I can see the barcode of the product that I want, scan that bad boy and I'm there.
Oh, really?
Whether they post the QR codes or not.
So what comes up if you do that? Is that like a Google Goggles thing or something?
Google Goggles is I sometimes use Google Goggles. Sometimes I use just the regular barcode scanner, and they basically give the same information, different interface. Typically, again, more often than not, they give competitive prices either on the web or nearby stores, depending on who is given, if that data is available. And typically, there's always user price information.
I find, and I'm beginning to learn the lesson, because I'm torn between when I want to buy something, I want to buy it. Like, I want it now.
I get that.
But there is an advantage to looking at a product in person, figuring out which model you want, and then going online and buying it from, like an eBay or an Amazon or something like that. And I think Tim kind of brought it to my attention that some of the things you can just buy online that's much cheaper than you could do if you bought it live.
I struggle similarly. Really, I prefer, if given the option, to do business locally, where I can take that joker back, slap it on the counter, and say this stuff just don't work.
Right.
But there is a price point, whereas I'm going to buy it online. Right. I don't know where that is, and it changes from item to item that I purchase, but I'll pay a skosh more money just to be able to drive and get it right now and not have to deal with the shipping and all that. But like I said, if I've got to order it from the store, I'm not going to do that, man. I'm going to order it myself online, save myself 20 to 50% invariably.
That's right.
And
I agree. I mean, when I went to Amazon and saw that I could buy a video game in the store, I think, Mike, you were actually there. I was buying one of these video games, and I went online and saw that they had it at half the cost of what I was going to buy if I were going to buy it in the store. And that was even cheaper than a used version of the game. I was going to get a brand new version at almost half the cost.
I get that.
That's hard for me to
It's hard to turn down
swallow.
It's hard to turn down that kind of money.
So I don't know, but definitely I like to see things. I want to get my hands on. I want to play with it. I want to know that this is what I want. And so using my mobile device, the only thing that I find that I struggle with a lot when I use mobile devices in the stores is I use battery really fast. And in the last 2 or 3 times that I did this comparison, my battery died in the store. And I may have walked in there with a full battery, but I was pulling so much data, like I was going back and forth between this store, this product, that product. I was using 3G. They didn't have wireless in the store, so it wasn't like I could save any battery power really at all. So my battery died. So maybe what they need to do is hook up some power plugs so I can just kind of plug in, like at certain points of the store. Like, I'm going to price check this. Because if you have a really good price, like Walmart, if you can go to Walmart and they can say, hey, look, I bring the best price that you can get. Not only that, but I can even match the price, which they do provide. You can take a coupon or even a web ad, and as long as you can get that anyplace else, they will match the price. It would behoove them to make it available that we can go in, use Wi-Fi, maybe power up if we need to, and do some comparisons. One of the things I hate, though, I don't know if this is you guys, but I go grocery shopping. I want to know before I go grocery shopping what everyone is charging before I get there, but nobody will put it on the web, so that I could do like comparison shopping at the grocery store.
A lot of that has to do with the idea that these prices change very quickly.
They should be able to tie it to a database somewhere and say,
ideally, but
if you're at this store, the price changes.
You got to think that they probably do that, but it's not in their best interest to make that information available to anybody else.
It's good for me as a consumer.
You get the Apple effect that I always talk about. Because if Derek's in front of me and he bought some bananas for $4, and then the price went up and I had to pay $6, like, man, I'm gonna be mad at somebody. Somebody gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
Yes, but in the case of the Apple thing, it's not necessarily.
It's the features I want. I want the same features you got.
No,
and you got a different price.
You want the features you paid for. You only want the features I got after you find out I got them. If these bananas have a new zipper to a different way of unpeeling the bananas, and you find out I find out you got that, I'm gonna be mad.
Yep.
No, I'm not, because I bought the bananas that I wanted.
That's right.
But if I paid less, you wouldn't be mad. Yeah, you would be mad.
If you paid less for the same bananas after me, yes.
That's what I'm saying. So okay, yeah. Say you bought them for $4 in there, and I go up they $2. I was like, yo, Derek, how much you pay? You paid $4. I got them for $2 right after you.
If you paid $2 for the same bananas 6 months later, I'm gonna shrug that off as market fluctuations, especially if Banana had come up with new features, has some newfangled bananas with new features since in that 6 month period. The banana 1.0 that you bought is 2 generations behind. Yeah, I'm gonna shrug that off too.
Nah, man, they smart.
They developed their bananas to.
You find how much it costs when you get there.
No, see, I don't like that. And I think as a consumer, you would want consumers to make educated decisions. And if you're going to if it's going to be a price war, and if you can produce that price better, and that's how you compete, then it would behoove you to put that price out there, right? So I can compare. And I think that's where we're going, I believe, through these mobile devices, is being able to figure out, what is it I want to buy, and then go out there and find it.
I only half agree with that. As a merchant, it might be in my best interest to not get into to not see a price war, to not have anything to do with the price war happening. Because if there's a price war, there's a chance I'll lose.
That's right. And so it would be in your best interest to
publicize that information.
You may not sell as many, because if there's a company that says, hey, I can sell this, at a cheaper rate or a cheaper price than what any other person is charging it, and that becomes the norm, then I will probably end up shopping there more often.
Yeah, if that becomes the norm. But if you are already in my establishment with your wallet, that purchase is mine to lose. So why would I publicize information that may
make the probability of you making that purchase less likely. I'm not going to do that.
Well, especially since what we're talking about now is having my mobile device with me.
Yes.
So I'm in the store and I see, oh man, there's something on sale. That I'm not talking about a bag of chips.
I get that.
I'm talking about something of worth, a computer, a laptop, or something like a gaming system.
A big ticket purchase.
Right. Bag of chips. I think
I'm gonna go do a price check on some bag of chips.
Hey man, you might be trying to throw a party.
But typically, Target and Walmart and the big box stores, they will have the price for those big ticket items readily available.
Well, and I agree.
Grocery shopping, you're right, it's going to be a little different. But the big ticket purchase items, they are typically available on their corporate websites, and those prices are usually set chain wide, as I recall.
So you're saying you kind of wanted to be like, okay, if I'm selling this TV, you should be able to type in the name of the TV, see who all has it at their stores, and then all the prices for.
That's exactly what. That's
Google
exactly
does
what you
something
can do.
like. Yeah, well, Google does something like that now, where you can kind of see. Well, Google has it, eBay has it, Best Buy has it, Amazon has it,
Target has it, Walmart has it.
Here's some of the prices, the price range.
I do
You
that.
just want it to be like that for groceries. So.
I would love to see that. Like if I'm
So
looking
like
for
ice cream,
or steak, I'm
Food
like, what's
Lion,
on sale? Because you
yeah.
could go into Walmart and then try to buy something today, but it's no longer on sale. Whereas today, if you went to Food Lion, you could get that thing or those things on sale.
From the
So
standpoint
I could
of the
save
merchant,
this
though,
week.
from the standpoint of the merchant, if I am a local butcher, I'm going to tell you that my steak is better than that steak that you get at Food Lion. And it may or may not be true, but I can make that argument. So it's not like an apples to apples comparison, if you would.
Sure. Well, let me move on to another story. Let's move on to one that says that blogging is declining across the Fortune 500 companies.
Maybe corporate blogging.
Read, Write, and Web found this. This is a longitudinal study at the University of Massachusetts at Dartmouth, focusing on the online activities of the Fortune 500, or the Inc. 500, to be exact. And they found that there's a
What's
huge...
the difference?
Don't ask me.
Cool.
You think I would know? I would assume it's all the same, but maybe Fortune is one magazine and Inc. is another.
I'm wondering.
I don't know if Inc. is Fortune.
I'm sorry. I should not have. I was just curious.
I can find out now.
No. Let's. I'll find out later. I would like to see I'll just look at both lists and see where the differences are. Do continue. After all, we're running out of time.
Well, in any case, I will say that it looks like, based upon this, the report says that more and more of these companies are no longer blogging as much. Matter of fact, the numbers have dropped off considerably over the course of since I think it was 2007 till 2010 when this report finally finished.
This touches on our last conversation.
Is blogging dead, potentially?
No.
I think somebody else is going to do it for them. Like you really don't have to.
I think the Inc. 500 or corporate America has found out that being open and transparent and giving all that information to their potential customers is hard. It leaves them in a permanent state of damage control. And I think maybe they have discovered that just letting them find out the bad news themselves and getting on top of it and staying on top of it may not be in their long-term best interest. Maybe this is, again, I'm just thinking, this is my first impression. In the same way that a grocery store giving you how much of all of their items are at any given moment in case you're in another grocery store may not be in anybody's best interest except the customer. So why would I provide that information if it may end up doing damage or lessening the possibility of a sale? It seems to me they're kind of related. They're kind of two sides to the same coin.
When I look at this, and one of the things, there's the other side of this study. There's what people or companies are blogging less, but using social media more. So you have your Twitters, your Facebooks, and your LinkedIn was the other one that is getting a lot of attention.
So that kind of
to replace
my theory.
the blogs itself. Matter of fact, 81% 88% see that these tools are important for generating web traffic, while 81% find them important for lead generation. Talking about the LinkedIn and the Facebook and the other social media tools as more important for company goals. 90% of responding executives report that the social media tools are important for brand awareness and company reputation.
That does make sense, that they would be a whole lot more effective for those things that companies want, much more so than a blog, a corporate blog. I mean, what are they going to put on their blog that they're not going to put on their at-large website? That makes a lot of sense.
But I think that it has to link to something, though. And there's something to be said about writing a blog, because all these links, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, they're just marketing tools. That's how I get you to the story. I don't think that the blog itself is a bad idea or that it should go away, because that's where the meat and potatoes of that link is going to be. Right. There's going to be a limit to how many words or characters I can use on Twitter. So to simply say, hey, did you know that, brand X just sold or bought this service, click here for more resources or click here to read more.
Yeah.
It's got to go there.
I get that for those online services, but I'm really talking about the brick and mortar, like to say, who have I done business with? An airline. Mm-hmm. So why would an airline blog be any different than the news link on their at-large site? In what way would it be different?
Maybe, and I don't know. Maybe we use the word blog. I
don't even know if any airline is on the Inc. or Fortune 500.
Yeah, that
was just the first. That's just the first example.
Yeah, I don't know, because to me, I guess blogs, it depends on who's writing it, right?
Yes.
Like some people can say, hey, I'm writing a blog, and that is essentially saying I'm writing articles for, my online news company. You take Mashable or TechCrunch or whatever these companies are. They're writing blogs, but they're really stories, which would normally be in a magazine or in a newspaper.
Or like I said, the news, the what's happening now section of your corporate website.
So I don't know if the words are interchangeable in this study or not, but I would say the way I look at it is a blog is just an online version of a story, and so if they're linking to, hey, my official press release on my website, and that's not a blog, then okay, then I get it.
I'm of the mindset that a lot of those Inc. 500 corporations are coming to that. Why? What's the difference? What is this doing functionally that this other thing is not doing? Am I utilizing two different resources to upkeep two different kinds of web presences when one will do?
Right.
That just seems to me how that story reads to me.
Well, yeah, I guess the world may never know. No, you can get more details, though, on this study. You can go over to Read Write Web, or you can go to the longitudinals, type in University of Massachusetts at Dartmouth and their online activities of the Fortune or Inc. 500. So that's going to do it for us, y'all. I know we're just out of time. Of course, I don't have that little ping today.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, I forgot.
Yeah, I don't have that. So I guess we're just going to have to control ourselves today.
Self-governance.
So I'm going to let that sound let you know that we are thankful that you guys hung out with us today, those of you who could for as long as you could. But
hopefully Blog Talk Radio will be back tomorrow.
Oh, it better be back tomorrow. We're going to have some problems.
We already have some problems.
I want to say thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Mike. Also, thank you all listening live and in archive. Don't forget, we are here every Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on blogtalkradio.com/Damon Nolan. And just in case you missed a lot of it or most of it, you can always go to youtube.com/Damon Nolan and get the higher quality audio that Derek Brinson makes available to us.
Extra quick today because of the problems with the live stuff. Y'all get back to work.
All right. So until next time, y'all, be good. Mike Rendell.
Deuces.
Deuces.
Deuces.